Good evening, everyone. My name is Anthony, and as you can see, I'm a pretty normal 13-year-old. I love to be in the water. I love to go swimming, fishing, jet skiing, and tubing at the lake. I started 7th grade this year, and I'm navigating and figuring out virtual school this year, like many of your kids probably. Something a little different, however, is I was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis when I was just 5 months old, and living with CF affects my life every day. Cystic fibrosis, or CF, is a genetic disease, which means both of my parents were carriers, even though they had no idea. CF means that my cells cannot process salt the way yours do, so thick, sticky mucus builds up in my organs of my body, which makes me sick. The organs mostly affected include my lungs, pancreas, and digestive system. There's a lot I can do every day to stay as healthy as possible. I have to take 9 different medications as well as 7 digestive enzymes every time I eat anything, meaning I take over 40 pills a day. I also do 2 hours of breathing treatments each day to break up the mucus in my lungs. And that is when I am healthy. But when I get a virus such as the common cold or the flu, I have to do extra breathing treatments for almost 4 hours a day. To do these treatments, I have to wear a vest that is hooked up to a means that shakes me and loosens up the mucus in my lungs so I can cough it up. Sounds gross, right? A lot of people are familiar with how CF affects my lungs, but CF has also caused a lot of digestive issues for me. Think about your pancreas, stomach, intestines, and digestive tract coated in a thick, sticky mucus. Of course, this would make it harder for these organs to properly digest food. On top of this, I cough a lot and my body works hard to fight infections, both which burns extra calories. So good nutrition is different for someone who has cystic fibrosis. It means eating a high-calorie, high-fat diet and taking vitamins and minerals supplements. Someone with CF typically needs 1.5 to 2 times as many calories as people without CF. And that's a lot of food, but a lot of our medication also decreases our appetite. Because of this, a lot of the CFers, like me, have trouble gaining weight and getting enough nutrients from our food. So this year, instead of celebrating the milestone birthday with pizza, video games, and family, I was in the hospital. I made the tough choice, along with my care team and parents, to have a feeding tube placed the day before my 13th birthday. I've always had trouble maintaining a healthy weight, but the feeding tube should help me take in extra calories, which will help me not only gain weight, but will also lead to more energy, better lung function, and less hospital visits because I'll be able to fight infections better. Okay, let's be honest. It will also help me grow. I'm only 13. I might not end up being a professional basketball player, but I could use a few more inches. A feeding tube, of course, also means a new route time, new problems, and new concerns. But we are working through all of those, and so far so good. From the medications to the treatments, and now my feeding tube, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the CF Foundation and money raised through the support of people like you. What big breakthrough, and something to celebrate with the FDA approval of an amazing drug called Trikafta just this last year. It is a combination of 3 drugs that together are helping people who have certain mutations of CF. 90% of the CF populations will qualify for Trikafta, which it has been a miracle for them. Unfortunately, the CF mutations that I have mean I am in the 10% of people with CF that's still waiting on a drug like Trikafta. I know that the CF Foundation and people like you are still working hard to raise money and fund research that eventually will develop a therapy to help me and everyone living with CF live a longer life and better. In the meantime, I still have a lot to look forward to. I told you, I love water and swimming, but I am also very passionate about the sea. Animals, especially sharks. In fact, the grandpap. My grandpap is going to take me cage diving with great white sharks for my 16th birthday. And when I'm 18, my goal is to go to college and study marine biology. I still have a lot of hope, and I'm grateful for all these things. I have to think that I am actually lucky. I have an awesome family, friends, and the best dogs in the world. I'm also grateful for all of the hard work that the doctors, nurses, and scientists do to improve my quality of life for me and all the people living with CF. And I'm grateful to all of you for being part of this event. I hope that you will continue to help me in any way that you can, even though CF Foundation has helped me so many people with these miracle drugs, therapies. There are still people living with CF who do not have something to help them. So our fight is not over yet. We will keep fighting until everyone with CF has a cure. Thank you for supporting me in this fight and for having me there tonight. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.